Hey everybody, I'm Rob.
And I am Lori Marie.
And we are artists living in Vallejo, California. And we are
moving to Costa Rica. Perfect.
And we are documenting our move from California to Costa Rica.
This is Hudson.
He's coming with us.
He's coming with us. We'll talk about a little bit about that. The paperwork's in the other room, and we need to go over that more thoroughly. Well, shoot, should I just go ahead and mention that now since we're on the dog? All right, so we will need a USDA approved vet to do the official paperwork, and he will need a current rabies shot, which he does have. So it's just a matter of getting the other paperwork, and I think I saw in the paperwork that it has to be 3 to 6 months before we move, so we have a little while before we have to do that. What else did I want to say about that? Oh, the research that I did said that if he's 15 pounds or under, we can put him in a carrier and put him under the seat so he can be on the plane with us, but not as a service dog. Requiring a ticket of his own. So he'll be in a carrier, and we'll probably talk to the vet about giving him something so that he's relaxed for the trip, because there's quite a few little flights that have to take place for us to get there. So that's what I have.
Yeah. We live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and unfortunately there are no direct flights from San Francisco or Oakland to San Jose. So what we did in the past and what we're looking at doing in the future is flying from LA, and there's nonstop flights there, so it's a 2-hop for us to get to Costa Rica. So we go San Francisco or Oakland to LA, LA to San Jose, Costa Rica.
And then from there, wherever we're going is usually a little hopper.
Right, and that might be renting a car. It will all depend on what the purpose of the trip is. But one exciting thing that we have done is we have sort of accelerated our moving timeline. And I was going to be heading down to Costa Rica in March, meeting up with a friend of mine who currently lives there, and do some touring around looking at specific communities to see where we want to start living, probably renting to start with. But I'm actually going to go down in January now, and so that second trip will be Lori Marie and I. We're both kind of chomping at the bit to get the process underway. So our 2-year plan's starting to look a lot more like a 1-year plan.
Yes, it
is. Which is fine. We're both ready for it. But going in with eyes open, and one thing that means for us right now is probably not selling our house in California. That has been on the table, but from so much we've heard watching other people's YouTube videos, talking with folks, that might be a great option in the future, but I think until we've given ourselves a chance to live there, it's a smart move to rent our house out here and hang on to it just in case we need to come back to it.
And as you know, property in the Bay Area is pretty expensive. And if we sold our home here and then we were in Costa Rica for, let's say, a year and decided to come back, it would be very, very difficult to relocate back to this area because of the costs of the real estate. All right.
So one thing Lori Marie and I have been doing is we have been watching YouTube videos every single night. And there are a lot of really fun things on YouTube talking about specific details of moving to Costa Rica and living in Costa Rica.
And one of the things that has come up is rentals. And it seems that you can rent a place completely furnished for a month or 2 months, where here in the States you would be signing a lease for like a year, 6 months to a year, where that's not the case in Costa Rica. So we can go there and go to one area and stay there for a month and see if we like that area. If not, we can pick up and move and not be tied into a lease. So let me see. I got a note, an email from one of my YouTubers from my other channel, which is an art-based video channel. Her name's Patty, and she had some really good points. She brought up the fact that, you know, we don't have to have a lease. We can do 1 month at a time, which we have heard on the videos that we're watching. It's a kick in the pants. We sit down and watch a couple of videos in the evening, so it's really fun to see different people's opinions on banking and telephones and things like that. So as we learn more, we'll share more with you.
Yeah.
And then she talked about the used car, a secondhand car.
Yeah. And we will most likely be selling our cars here in the States. And I think the smartest move would be to buy a used car in Costa Rica, because we plan on doing some traveling around, looking at different communities. We've got an idea of where we're going to be starting. Seems like the San Isidro Rivas area near Cerro Charipo might be where we land, but we want to have the flexibility to travel around and see about other places. And maybe we spend a month or two up in La Fortuna. Maybe we check out the Nicoya Peninsula. So there's a lot of options. Maybe the beach isn't so hot temperature-wise, and that might be a good place to go. So there's a lot of differences in places based on elevation. So having a car, getting a good used car there, finding a good mechanic, sounds like it might be the smartest move.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I have in my notes.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're learning more and getting excited about it. There's a lot of paperwork that we are already in the process of doing, getting certified birth certificates. If you didn't remember, we're looking at doing the pensionado residency program. And so there's a fair amount of paperwork there and more to come.
Yep, and we're ready.
Yep.
Yep, so.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us on this. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to add them in there. Subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.
Yes, absolutely. So questions and comments, welcome. Subscribe, as Rob says. That would be great. We're having fun doing this.
Yeah.
It's nice to drag you along. All right, adios.
Ciao.